Hey friends, okay friends, hey friends, home sweet home, I'm back. Hey friends, the conversation inbox recently got a pretty cool update where when you move a conversation from one inbox to another one, you can choose who it gets assigned to. So check this out, here I am in the conversation inbox, and if I'm going to move this conversation to another inbox, I can choose an inbox. This has always existed, but previously you weren't able to assign a particular user to assign it to. Now you can. Look, it can be assigned to any user. You can keep the current assignment. You can assign it to no one, which I think is what the default was. You can do it specific users and teams, or you can do it to the contact owner. So you just select one of these. You can add we want to assign it to that team, let's say, and then you can add any comments if you want so people know why it is being moved. Hey friends, conditional sections in the left-hand sidebar of your CRM records are moving from Enterprise down to Pro. So here, let me show you what I'm talking about. Here we are in my contact settings. I'm here in the record customization tab. If you go to customize the left sidebar, team views, I believe, will still be Enterprise. But if you edit the default view, you can add sections here, right? So if we add a new section, we'll just call this, for example, customer information. We can make this section conditional. This has historically only been an Enterprise feature, but now if you have professional of any hub, you're going to be able to create conditional sections, and you can choose any property here, but maybe we just say lifecycle stage is customer. Now we can add things add properties into this section, and they will only appear if lifecycle stage is set to customer. Otherwise, this section will not be visible. Hey friends, got a public beta for some wild new improvements to contact exporting. It's like a whole next level thing. Check this out. So here I am on the contacts page. And you may be aware, if you go to actions, you can export the view, and all the contacts in this view are going to get exported, or you can include just the properties that are in the view, or all the properties on the record. You can do different formats. This is group export. You're going to get basically this as a spreadsheet. But what we've added is a way to go a level deeper. So if we go to Bob Jones here, which is a fake contact I've had kicking around this portal for years, there's now under the actions drop down here, export contact data. And so you're going to get contact properties in history, that no matter what, but you can also get contact activities and associations, and you can go ahead and export this. I've already done that. What'll happen is you'll get an email that looks like this, saying when it was exported, your data is ready to download button, but note that deleted data will show in your export as *** removed ***. So if you download this, you're going to get a zip folder, and each of those checkboxes over here is going to be its own separate file. So the contact properties file looks like this, and here you can see what property was updated, what the value was changed to, and when it was updated, right? And if the value was removed, then you're gonna see removed ***. And here's all my history for all the properties, right? Clear back March 2020, we removed the contact owner apparently. So that's pretty cool. For associations, you also get a spreadsheet. It looks like this, and you can see like here he was associated with a company on that date. Here he was associated with a deal clear back in 2017, right? And even engagement associations, right? Meetings, calls, emails are all here with their relevant dates. And then activities comes as a JSON file, which I have Sublime Text here, which makes it nice, color-coded, pretty easy to look at. And so you can see, he added to a list, right? You can see some workflow actions here, completed a workflow. You can see enrolled. You can see all kinds of things, and mostly it's because this is a test portal where I'm removing stuff all the time. Most of the stuff has been removed, but you can see like a lot of history here. Friends, your feedback matters. My favorite thing about posting these videos is not just how excited we all get to be about HubSpot products, but that you give us instantaneous feedback on how these updates could be even better, and the product team loves you for it. Proof is in the meeting scheduling interface on CRM records. Here, I'll show you what I mean. Here I am on a contact record, and look, if we're gonna schedule a meeting, we now get this interface here. And I showed this to you a little while ago, and you were all like, super cool, and then if you were like, not cool, I have things like lunch on my calendar, and I'd be happy to book over that with a promising prospect, and you won't let me. Well, I passed that on to the product team for you, and look, now if you want to overbook lunch or any other meeting, you are absolutely free to do so. This is now live. Hey friends, got a cool new flow for scheduling emails from inside the CRM. So check this out. Here I am on a contact record, and if I click this scheduling button, this is what you are accustomed to seeing. And we have to like just do start time and end time, and like I guess if I want to consult my calendar, I'll have to open that in a different tab or look at my phone or something. Anyway, if you go to your product updates to the beta section, there's this public beta for calendar view when scheduling in the CRM. That sounds interesting. Let's join this beta and see what happens. Great. And so now we'll just go here and give this page a quick refresh. And now if I schedule a meeting, we'll just click this and look what comes up. Look, this is my actual calendar. I can see my availability just as though I was sending suggested times to someone, and I can look and say, you know what, this hour here looks great for me. We'll just click on that, and we can adjust these, and we can give it a title and stuff. But this is going to be so much easier for me when I'm scheduling meetings to get it at a time that works for me. Okay, friends, let me tell you about my new favorite thing in all of HubSpot. So it's in the importer tool. Now, the importer tool, we last year I think released the option where it looks at the first 3 rows of your spreadsheet and checks for errors. Right? It's been doing that, and I have mentioned to some of you, I've teased to some of you that we plan on expanding that. We've now done that. It now checks the first 100 rows. This is rolling out to all of you. Don't have to opt into anything, you'll just get it. But as part of this update, there's this cool new feature tucked away I want to draw your attention to because it's my new favorite thing in HubSpot, you guys. Check this out. So here we are inside the importer, and I'm gonna drag over a spreadsheet that has about 100 rows of data in it. And first of all, I just want you to notice how fast this is. So we just uploaded it. We're gonna check the first 100 rows, right? Scanning first 100 rows for errors. We're done. We found some errors. All right. So you're used to this interface already, right? So if like some of the emails were not valid, we could go in and see those. But look at this. So drop down select is the name of a property. It's a drop down select property. It just has options 1, 2, and 3. But there are 46 errors in this import where there were 46 rows where there was some option other than 1, 2, 3. And if we open this up, there are a couple things you can do. First, you can view values with errors. So if you just want to see which row of your spreadsheet caused a problem and see what's there, again, if you were looking at email addresses, you want to find the invalid ones, you can see like row 63 has an invalid email address. Go fix it. That's awesome. Not my favorite feature. Check this out. Down here, we're gonna display the missing options and how many occurrences there were, right? So my drop-down select has option 1, 2, and 3, but look, option 4 appeared 17 times. That means this is not an anomaly, it's not a typo. This is a real thing, right? That I need data around. Option 5, 14 times, option 7, 8 times, option 8, 7 times. I should add these to my drop-down select property, right? Well, look how easy that is. This is my favorite feature, guys. Check it out. Copy all missing options. Edit drop-down select property, load options, paste from your own options, ta-da, 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 load options, done, save, errors are all gone. Friends, importing, am I right? Importing in HubSpot just keeps getting better and better, and today, it's making another big leap forward in 2 ways, 3 ways. I'll show you all the ways. Check this out. So here I am importing a single spreadsheet that has both contacts and deals. And so we're gonna come here and we're gonna drag my spreadsheet here, and it'll upload. That's great. All right, now we come to this page and we've had this where we're mapping, right? And we're telling you if there are problems and things, but look at this new mapping guide we've added to the top. I have 2 different objects here, so we'll do them one at a time. Contacts are ready to import because we're gonna, we have all these, we have to have email, first name, and last name in order to create a contact, and we have all, we need one of those, and we have all of those, so we're good. And then in order for them to update contacts, we need to map one of these, either email or record ID. I don't have record ID because these weren't exported out of the system, but I do have email. So I'm meeting the requirements, right? Need one of these, have all 3 of them. Need one of these, have one of them. Great. On deals, we have a problem. In order to create deals, we need a deal name, have that. We have deal stage, have that, but it's not mapping properly because, oops, I forgot my pipeline. We can't create deals if we don't know what pipeline to put them in, right? So let's go back and let's get rid of this. And let's drag over one that does have pipeline. All right, and now, look. Oh, deals are ready to import, contacts are ready to import, we are ready to import. Let's go, let's go. But that's not all. Remember, contacts, we could see, in order to update contacts, we need to know either their email or their record ID, right? This is how we do deduplicate things inside of HubSpot for contacts.
look what's going on inside of deals here. What? Unique value, another unique value. Friends, these are custom properties I created that I checked the box that we require it to have a unique value. HubSpot can now use that to deduplicate them, right? These custom properties that I'm enforcing unique values on, the importer is going to respect unique values, it's going to respect that requirement, and it can use it for deduplication. So look, if we move ahead here, it's gonna ask us, hold on a minute, hold on, for deals, you've got two different things we could use as a unique value. Which one do you want us to deduplicate on? So I'll choose unique value, and we'll finish the import, and off we go, it's working. Now, we're not done, wait for this to populate. Now check this out. This is the post imports page. This was released last year, right? And you can see your errors here, but we've added a new button. Check out this view rows with errors, right? So you've always been able to see at a high level what went wrong here. But if you view rows with errors, now you're seeing the actual lines of your spreadsheet and what went wrong. Look, this one, option 4, doesn't exist. This one, that's not a valid email address, right? We can see all these rows and what happened because of them. Hey friends, got a few fun updates for you about lists. So check this out. Here I am in a list, and this list is empty. There are no contacts in here. Uh-oh. Well, if we look at the details here, we can see 7-day change. We've added this. This tells you how many contacts were added or removed from this list, and in the last 7 days, apparently 17 contacts are gone. I wonder if that has to do with this last update by Kyle Jepson. Very suspicious. Well, if we go over to the performance tab, we can see, oh, a precipitous drop over time. And actually, we can now look at this by version. And so we can see when we went from version 1 to version 2, the number of contacts stayed the same. But version 3, something very bad happened, and we should maybe figure that out. Let's say we really like this chart. We can save it to a dashboard if we would like. That is true for all of these. Save report, save report. Very useful. And the last thing I want to tell you about lists is that you can now, if you want to, convert an active list to a static list. And if you do this, you'll get this warning, but the list ID will stay the same, so you can use it in all the same assets it's been in. No more contacts will be automatically added to it. You will not be able to edit filters or clone this list. It'll just become a static list, and it can't be undone. But if you need to take this current segment and keep it exactly the same and use it in places, you can now do that. Friends, you can now access your marketing email analytics in the custom report builder. So check this out. Here I am on the product updates page. We're gonna enroll in a beta here. Public beta, Australian HubSpot. Hey, Australian friends, go check that out. Super cool. Probably won't make a video about it, but that's exciting. You can now receive phone calls in the CRM too. Not the point of this video. Enroll in this public beta, marketing email analytics, now in custom report builder. Enroll in that, and then what happens is when you go to the reports builder, so we'll go to reports, and we'll click on create report, and we'll do custom report builder. You're going to see down here, we have marketing email, which has been there a while, I think, marketing email activities, and marketing email analytics. So let's keep contacts as our default, as our primary data source, and we'll select email marketing email analytics, and let's see what we get here. Let's come on over, and here's our we're browsing our primary object, contacts. But look. Marketing email analytics, we have these default measures. Cool. But look at all these properties. Look at them. Bounce date, deliver date, first click, first open, first replied, last click to open, replied, number of bounces, clicks, delivered, open, replied, sent, unique clicks, opens, replied, and sent date. Hey friends, we've got lots of exciting things happening with DataSync. So check this out. Here I am on the integration page for Outreach in the app marketplace. And if we scroll down here a little bit to see what syncs, you're used to companies, contacts, and deals, but look, calls, email activities, tasks, yes, activities now sync through DataSync for a few of our CRM integrations. Look, here's Pipedrive. You have calls and email activities, meetings, notes, tasks, awesome. So for Outreach and Pipedrive and Copper and Zoho CRM, you're gonna see these activities sync. But that's not all. Check it out. If we come over to Zoho CRM, look at this. Look. We have a one-way sync for invoices. Yes, invoices can now be brought into HubSpot and mapped to our invoices object. And this is for a whole bunch of integrations. Look, QuickBooks has it. QuickBooks has had it for a while. But look what else we've added it to. Free Agent has it. Sage has it. EasyBill has it. And FreshBooks has it. And Wave has it. And Bexio has it, and Xero has it, and NetSuite has it right there.
Hey friends, got a couple new updates about DataSync. So first of all, DataSync can now sync owner properties. And this is huge because what it has to do is it has to look at the users inside HubSpot and look at the users inside your external app and keep those in sync, and then sync the properties, the owner properties across. This is just part of our standard mapping now for a lot of our apps, so you don't have to have Operations Hub Starter or anything. It's just free and you can do it. If you have created custom owner properties like an SDR owner or something like that, and you want those to map differently, then in Operations Hub Starter you have custom field mappings and you can control where the owner properties are and how they go across. So that's super cool. The second thing is, I'll just have to show you. So here I am inside a Square integration, and you can see my failing to sync contacts here. There are 97 of them. And a lot of them are failing to sync because they were either deleted in HubSpot or deleted in Square. And this is a clever logic that's built into DataSync. We don't want you to have a situation where you delete a record in one app, and because it exists in the other, it just gets recreated. So we remember what's been deleted, and we don't sync it. But if you re-added it or decide you want to sync it or something, you can now come up here to the actions thing and you can resync deleted records in HubSpot or resync deleted records in Square to fix this problem. Hey friends, I'm here with my son Paul, and he's got his Rubiks Cube here because I'm going to talk about HubSpot payments. I've let a lot of updates go by without talking about them because I know a lot of you who live outside of the US feel excluded when I talk about HubSpot payments because it's still US only. So what we're going to do, Paul is going to solve the Rubiks Cube while I give updates. I've got quite a few updates to go through, but once Paul is done solving, I will stop even if I'm not all the way through my updates. So that way, you don't have to sit through a long video of updates, and you can just watch Paul solve a Rubik's Cube if you want. Paul, what's your best time?
1 minute 43 seconds.
1 minute 43 seconds. So we're gonna be under 2 minutes of HubSpot payment talk here, and Paul's gonna be solving his Rubik's Cube. Ready?
Yes.
Set, go. All right, so the first update you ought to know about is that payment links are now in the main navigation here. So if you want to create payment links, you just go sales, payments, payment links. That's update number 1. Update number 2, when you're adding line items to a payment link, there's now this option to make it optional. So if we call this an optional item and we give it a price of $100, we can save this, and I'll show you what this looks like in checkout. Your customer will be able to add or remove these optional items if they want and customize what they're buying. Super cool. So that's it for payment links for now. It's looking good over there, Paul. Let's move over to deals. So if I'm on a deal, the first thing I want to show you is this deal has a payment associated with it. And if we preview it, we've added this history section. So you'll be able to see how this payment has changed and progressed over time. If it's bounced or been returned or whatever, you'll see that there. Most of my other updates are all on quotes. So let me find the quotes section. Let's add one here. Come on. We'll just skip over to here. So you can now have subscription dates start on a date in the future, which I know a lot of you have wanted for a long time. You can now have different terms, one time and monthly, for subscriptions on the same quote. And payments now support these write-in discount fees and taxes. So if you're adding a 10% tax or something, that will be reflected by the payment. Ooh, Paul, you're so close. The last thing I want to show you is that, settings have changed. So if we go to the settings page for payments, in fact, I think we can probably get that through here also. Oh, no, that's the wrong one. Shoot, Paul's gonna win. Now we're on payment settings. We have new 4 tabs here, and they're organized slightly differently than they were before. All right, well done, Paul. That's your update about HubSpot payments, and that is Paul's Rubik's Cube solving skills. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you have any questions. Hey friends, you can now clone individual products in your product library. Check this out. So here I am in the product library, and here's a cool product with helpful description. If I click Actions, Clone, ta-da, it's cloned, and all the stuff is in here, and I can give it a new name, and I can change whatever I need to, and then just save it. This is now live. Check it out. Let me know what you think, and let me know if you have any questions. Hey friends, we've now got property validations for date picker properties. So check this out. This is a beta you need to enroll in. So here in the beta section, enroll in property validations for date picker properties. And once you've done that, if you go over to your property settings, and if you're creating a new property, this will be a contact property called this catchy name,
and it's gonna be a date picker property, right? Check out these rules. Check these out. These are so cool. You can allow any date. Obviously, that's the default. Future dates only. And within that, we want it with any future date, right? It just has to be in the future, or any date after a buffer time, right? It has to be at least 1 day in the future, or 2 days in the future, or whatever. Or any date within a rolling date range must be within the next 14 days, right? You can't go further out than that. That's just a future dates validation. Check out past dates only, you know, that's fine. Specific date range, right? Like if you are scheduling things during an event or something, you can say this has to happen within this time frame. And it's like booking, departing, and returning flights, right? Like you just tell the calendar what dates you want it in between. And then finally, also, you can allow Monday through Friday only. We don't want any weekends in here. Hey friends, the sequences builder has gotten a nice redesign. So check this out. Here I am building a sequence. The first thing you should notice, here at the top, there's this sequence summary. There was nothing like this here before. You can see how many steps total, how many days it would take someone to complete this, how much of it is automated, and what the unenrollment criteria are. And if you want to change those, it tells you go to the automation tab to do that. But like, as we add things, this has been cleaned up a bit. This is now general task instead of, I think it used to be called a to-do task. We can add this in here. And as we do, notice it tells us that it'll pause the sequence. We can say, you know, we can change, if we get rid of the delay here, it'll say this task will be created immediately after step 1. Or we can increase the delay or whatever we want. And look, as we do this, these things update. Now it's only 75% automated, and it's going to take 6 days to complete. If we want to edit this, we can move it up, move it down. We can get rid of that if we want, to not have it pause. And this is just so much nicer. Friends, we've launched a security center, and this is for all HubSpot accounts, even free ones. This is a feature we're giving to everyone because we think security is so important. It's pretty lightweight right now, but we're looking to make it better. So let me show it to you, and if you have any feedback, drop them in the comments. So first, let's talk about how to navigate to this thing. It's a little tucked away. If you go to your settings here, and if you go to your account defaults and you go to the security tab, you'll see this new orange button, Visit Security Center, and that's how you get there. We'll click on that. And this is how it works right now. It's kind of a checklist. It gives you a percentage score out of 100%. And it looks at if two-factor authentication is required for your account, what percentage of your users have it set up, how many super admins you have, and what percentage of your admins are what percentage of your users are super admins, how many partner users are super admins, and how many inactive users does your account have. And for each of these, there's this little hover thing where it tells you kind of our sense of a best practice. And most of these are good for me, but look, 50% of my users have not set up 2FA. So there's this resolve button. Right now that just takes you to the users page so you can see who doesn't have two-factor authentication set up. We would love to make this a more useful button. Maybe it would take the action for you. But you tell us what you want to do. And if you want to go deeper on any of these and understand them, you can click this button to visit the knowledge base where there's further documentation on what they all mean. Friends, you can now receive calls inside of HubSpot, in your browser. Just like you've been able to make calls from your browser for years, you can now receive them in your browser. Check this out. So first you need to opt into a beta called Receive Calls in HubSpot. That's step 1. Once you've done that, you need to go to your calling settings and set up a HubSpot number. So this is just a few clicks. Right now, this is only available in the United States, United Kingdom, and Canada, so sorry the rest of the world. But for those of you in these places, set up a HubSpot number. Once you have that, you can go to your call settings, and you're gonna see this new option here to control where the device rings. So Ring in HubSpot Browser is the new option. We've always been forwarding to your phone. Set it to HubSpot Browser, and then you're pretty much ready to go. Notice up here in the main navigation, there's now this calling icon. It's even called calling icon. Great. When you click that, it's going to open the call tab in the new tab. This tab is where the calling magic happens. This way, you can be navigating around in HubSpot wherever the heck you want to be, and your call is never going to get interrupted by pages refreshing and stuff. Okay, so I've got my brave volunteer here. She's going to call me. Okay, that's going. Run far away. Go, go, go. So right now it's telling her it's being recorded. There's that little disclaimer there. And here I am. Oh, it's ringing. I'm going to answer this. Let's see what happens. Hi, Nora. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Hi, isn't this cool?
Yes.
I think this is so fun.
How are you doing?
Good. I'm doing great because HubSpot now lets me take calls.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
That's all there is to it. This is awesome. If the call is from a known number, it'll be automatically associated with that record and put on the timeline like you're used to. If it isn't, it'll show up in your calls index page, and you can associate it from there, but you can take notes while the call is going. I love this so much. Opt into this beta. Check it out. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you have any questions.